Techsparks 2022 by YourStory. What an amazing experience it was. 3 days, super duper awesome. Thank you so much, Radha ma'am, for giving such an amazing experience. Getting an opportunity to learn from the best of the best people in the startup ecosystem, and giving an encouragement to the youths, and helping us to actually dream big and say that we are there to support and take it forward to the next level. It was like really awesome, because this is my first Techsparks event. I always wanted to actually make it happen to Techsparks, but so this time it actually happened. Thank you so much, YourStory team, for supporting in this particular thing, and also the entire work. It was like amazing, right? I really wanted to share this experience and share the lessons that what I actually learned from each and every mentors. It was so powerful. I'm just going to share you the glimpse of the experience of Techsparks 2022. So let's go. First day, first session of Techsparks 2022 from Shraddha ma'am. It was really wonderful. So she was amazing person. As a person, I met her for the first time live, and she was so generous to connect, and so it was really awesome. And this is what I learned from her in the first session, that sabka time aayega. And she shared her spiritual journey from Vipassana, right? And when she shared about that, I started understanding one thing, right? Like, all the successful people who have not only achieved success but sustained success and are growing are spiritually grounded, very humbled, right? She said that arrogance will not last. You might have seen a lot of celebrities who actually become celebrities for 2-3 years and they are gone. They are nowhere to be seen, right? It is that strength from within is what is going to create the lasting change. And that is what I really loved from her session. And she also shared about a wonderful story of a rich man who was having 2 kids. When he died, so all the wealth was shared between 2 kids, and the elder one got a diamond ring and the younger one gets a silver ring. And the elder one is unhappy all the time. Even in spite of getting everything, he was unhappy, right? And the younger one was very happy, and so he had that silver ring. Something was engraved on that, and he saw that with that curiosity, saying that what is actually there in this. And it was written that this too shall change. So if you are actually successful, unsuccessful, you're happy, unhappy, everything will change, because change is the only permanent thing on the planet Earth. And can you keep yourself balanced throughout this journey, throughout these ups and downs of life? And that is what is going to create the magic. And that's a wonderful story to actually learn. Like, so we cannot actually be happy on the external things. How it is very important to keep that balance within is the lesson that what I learned from her. And the next session was actually from Nikhil Kamath sir. Oh my God. Like, I always used to trade. I love trading. I love Zerodha as a platform, and when I get to meet him, the founder and the creator, and the way how he shared about the startup ecosystem and the lessons what he has actually learned from that, like, because most of the people in the startup world think that, yeah, if we actually get the investment, that's really great, and it's all about valuation and all of that. But he shared about a business. The purpose of business is value creation, right? Like, how do you actually create value? And taking an investment is an obligation, right? It is not just taking the money. And he said the first 5 years of his life's journey, specifically building up Zerodha, was the fantastic one. Like, as he started growing in, there are a lot of obligations that comes in. Money makes things complicated, and he was so simple. Like, I really loved the simplicity of Nikhil Kamath sir, and he was so generous, so kind, and so connecting, right? Like, so that is what we love with people, right? Then we had Vidit sir from Misho. I really loved the way how he actually built his company, because he actually solved a problem there where there was a gap, right? He had the commission models where people were taking the commissions from e-commerce site, and he said there are so many products out there that is not reaching to people. Then he said, I'm going to bring the zero commission model and I'm going to think about how am I going to monetize, right? So he started solving the problem first and then thinking towards how do we actually bring the monetization in the game. So that was really, really awesome from his side. And then we had a session from Bhavesh sir. I was like, wow, fantastic, because we think of Elon Musk for bringing revolutionary changes in electric vehicle, but in India, so Bhavesh sir is already thinking about that and also bringing various different things. There might be a biased opinion about how we are doing what we are doing, but he just being himself, right? He being that unapologetic you, right? Like that person was really, really awesome in terms of who he is. And because as we actually start growing, we are going to get a lot of this side and that side of the story, but he was just himself. So that is very, very important to the core. And the third thing that what I actually started loving is when Ankur Wariko came in and started sharing about building the failure muscle, right? Because he had certain failures of his own, but still he started picking it up and started building things in a much more different way today. And he says that like today what is actually happening in the startup world is that, so the purpose of the business, right, is different and the purpose of the investor is different. Where because any investor you consider, one day they want to exit, right? They don't want to be in the business forever like a business owner. So he says very, very clearly the purpose of an investor is to enter a business and exit a business at a higher valuation. So which means that it is very important that business owners and founders needs to know that what type of investors they are getting and what time they are getting. All this plays a very, very important role, right? And he shared some of his story about his book as well. And then we had a session from leadership team of Ola. Wow, fantastic. Like I met Ritesh sir for the first time. I saw his energy and humbleness, right, in that presence. So that was really awesome. And he shared about how he built his initial leadership team, what are the challenges they faced and how they were able to actually bounce back throughout the journey. Then we had session from Sangeeta ma'am from Microsoft about being part of Microsoft Founders Hub. How you can, like every individual can be part of, because today for entrepreneurs or people who want to actually come up, right, there is a lot of opportunities, right? Like Google is actually giving a lot of support in terms of their credits, right, where you can actually take their solutions till you actually grow to certain level, right? If you are below 10 years in terms of your incorporation and you are building it up, you need that initial support. They are going to give you all the tools and suits, the email marketing or whatever that what you require, or cloud computing solutions or whatever you require to take it forward from their side. So that is really, really awesome. Today many people are coming up, like GitHub is also coming up with their accelerator program, right? So that is a great possibility that what we can actually take in forward. The youths today have a lot more opportunity, because in India the startup ecosystem has been over a decade right now. So this is the right time, right, when things are actually getting started and taking forward to a next level, and when things have actually come down, where we are actually going through that curve to take it forward. This is the best time for anybody to actually learn, right, and anybody to come up with the ideas and solve problems and take it forward to the next level, right? And then we also had a session. My best of the best session that what I had was the last session from Ashish sir, where he actually spoke about how he was able to handle, right, 2 years of lockdown, right, because it was very tough. It was not easy, right, when the movie theaters were actually not there. Book My Show, he's the founder of Book My Show. When movie theaters are not on, like how he managed, right, his stakeholders, how he took care of the people, right, even though there were certain layoffs and stuff like that, but how he actually took care of each and every individual in his team, and how he actually took care of his investors, shareholders and his customers by adding value. So that was phenomenal. Had an award ceremony for Tech 30. It was wonderful to watch out all the 30 top startups who have come out of 2000 startups who have applied for Tech 30 YourStory. It was really great to see each and every one of them in healthcare sector, in cyber security, fintech, SaaS products, and various different type of streams of people. And I could see the future, right? Like, because it was so wonderful to see, because just 5 years back, if we see the Indian startup ecosystem and the innovators ecosystem, we had to do a lot of things, right? And today the opportunity and the recognitions that innovators and the entrepreneurs are getting is really, really awesome. And it comes with a responsibility to take it forward to the next level. And I can see that, like even Nikhil Kamath sir said about India. So when he was actually asked in a rapid fire round, India, he said entrepreneurship. So that's where the future lies in. And then we had a session from Ranveer. So I loved that session. He is as cool as how he is on podcast. He's also same live on the stage and also off the stage. He's amazing person, such an amazing person. So really good to connect with him. And then we had a session with Tony Fedel, who's the innovator behind the iPad and iPhone. That was fantastic because somebody who is having 300 patents, he spoke about his book called as Build, right? So that was awesome. So learned a lot of things. Like it is like, because what will happen when we actually attend these types of events is like the expansion, right? Like, oh my God, what is amazing possibilities. The reason why I'm doing this particular vlog is also for that, because in some way, if you can experience this and get that, oh, these are the possibilities and want to make it happen for the next Techsparks 2023, that would be really, really great, right? So because this is something great happened to me, and I really wanted to give this experience to as many people as possible so that many people can get benefited from the next year's Techsparks 2023, right? And then we had a session from Baiju Ravindran and Divya ma'am. So on the next day, first session again, right? It was fantastic, right? Like because he was so honest, right? Like today, the kind of things that they are actually going through in the country, they were so honest, they were ready to answer all the questions and ready to take the heat, right? That's what I actually learned from them. Like even though they had their own ups, their own downs, but ready to take the heat and face, right, people and share what they're up to. Like I was actually fascinated to see that teacher coming out of Baiju Ravindran sir, like he's coming back and sharing with passion and making things happen. So today we have again, as we actually start growing up in our life, so we get the positives, negatives, but how do we respond to that any event that determines the outcome that what you're going to have. And then we had so many other sessions. Then what I actually started doing is that I started connecting with a lot of people, right? So many people, you can actually see these are like the type of people that I started connecting with. Now it's about how deeper relationships, what we actually build and make things happen. And then we also had the session, right? Specifically from Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am. Like I actually saw her live for the first time in my life in IIT Research Park when my college selected me to go there and meet in one of the events, and it was so fantastic. During that time she is coming there, and now I'm able to see her live back again. Something really amazing about her is about how she is seeing India, right, leading in the tech field, and how, like, because earlier we used to see the global level standards, now she's seeing how India can set the standard for the world, and that was phenomenal from her side. It has been an amazing 3 days event at Techsparks 2022, and so some of the very, very important thing that why we need to come to live events is, number one is for learning. Number two is for people. You look at the people here, so you get to meet the best of the best people. And third one is opportunities. You can literally create opportunities by being part of these types of events. Look forward to see you in the next Techsparks 2023. Overall journey of Techsparks 2022 was really amazing. Thank you so much, YourStory team, for putting such an amazing live event after such a long time. Thank you so much for making that particular thing happen.